Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be continuing the Factorio series. This is officially episode number 2, although this is from 2 streams over the past couple days. And we're going to continue where we left off. So, without further ado, let's play the game. Alrighty, so we're almost getting copper ready to automate. We do need a bunch more iron to finish automating this. And it looks like we have quite a bit, which is good. So, let's come up here and finish the automation. So we are going to end up splitting off some coal, giving these some coal. Then we are going to be splitting off each of these to allow us to get the copper out of it, because we want this continuously creating copper. So we're actually going to split it off way up here, and we're going to do a few more splits. Now the reason why we're doing splits like this, and we're actually going to continue it down like this, the reason for this style of split is because we are actually going to be having a pathway here that brings copper down and down over here. That's actually going to be crucial for some of our other material production. Okay. So I'm actually going to change this up a little bit. We are going to drop that there and there. That's where they're going to drop off. 2, 3. So we got to produce 3 underground tunnels, because we're going to connect all of these, and this is going to end up coming under over here. Okay, so we're almost ready for large-scale copper production. Almost. So we're going to create all 5 of our inserters. Now these are just basic electric inserters. We are eventually going to be upgrading them to fast inserters to really ramp up production. But for right now, this is really all we need. Boom. Boom. 2. Okay, so we do need a fair bit more. And once again, limiting factor is the copper. Do I have enough? No, I do not. I don't even have a single one. So what we're going to do is we're going to produce as much copper here as we can. We're going to grind a little bit of this so that we can actually start powering up some of this stuff. Okay, now that we got that going, how many? 2? Okay, we're going to start with 1. It's going to be right there. Let's get some power over here, shall we? And we're going to need more. So we're going to use what copper we have left. And we are going to power the heck out of all of this. And the last thing I need is a splitter. Oops. And son of a gun, wouldn't you know it, we need copper. There we go, there's our copper. Alrighty. Expected resources are getting a little thin up there, but long term this will work out because we're already creating copper automatically. Now for this, because I don't need iron out of the stereotype, I don't need to ore sort it. The first two are what a basic ore sorter can do. I don't need copper anytime soon. Tin I have another source of. Uranium and bauxite. Now the uranium would actually be incredibly useful, but we don't have nuclear power just yet, so at the moment it's not as useful as it might seem. But it will be useful soon. Now let's get the splitters and start getting some coal to these guys as well. So there's number one. There's number two. Oh, good. So with that, I can actually start arranging this to come on down. And we need to get some power up here. Just gonna take that out. Alrighty. So I'm going to need to massively improve production up here on the coal. So we are going to convert some of this to electric, although some of it will remain standard coal production just to be safe. And as I think I mentioned in one of the streams, the reason why we need standard coal production is because if for some reason our power fails and we are not able to maintain power, what this will do for us is actually allow us to maintain power production even though our coal will be dramatically limited. Now, the way I'm going to set this up is actually fairly simple. What's going to end up happening, and I'm actually going to create a splitter and another one of those, because we don't want all of our copper going into creating research. We have a lot of research capabilities. The other thing I'm thinking of doing is generating a bit more power. But first, we're going to peel off this right here. And we are going to have this go into an iron crate. That's going to allow us to maintain a minimum level of that. Oh good, our wooden chest is almost full over here. Okay, so this is going to actually need to be diverted over, because we need to produce... Actually, you know what? We're not going to divert that. We're actually just going to build more power way down at the bottom. And what is it we're lacking? We are lacking iron plates. So the other thing we're going to do up here is split one off. Peel that off. We're actually going to do that right there. And there. That there. And one more of these. Alrighty, now we're going to power it up. Boom. So now we're going to maintain a reasonable amount of iron plates, pretty much no matter what. Now as for power, power is something that's going to get a little interesting. So, because of some of the way this is set up, I am actually going to demolish this. Okay, so that's done. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here. And we're going to get our power from down here. Okay, so with that being the case, I need to produce a lot more of these. Okay, awesome. So our coal is well on its way. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I need to boost production of coal. Okay. For the time being, we are going to utilize these. It's going to help us even out our performance problems. It's going to help everything produce much faster. Okay, do we got any research that would be super useful right now? Hydrogen and oxygen, purified water, calcium chloride. Water gas shift, carbon monoxide and steam. Interesting. Reversed water gas shift, hydrogen gas and carbon dioxide. Okay. Not crazy useful. Green algae, not really sure what green algae. Cellulose fiber. And as you can see from cellulose fiber there, that can be used with cellulose paste to create wood. Again, not super keen on doing any of that right now. So what we're going to do is stone walls, which is only 10. I'm going to get this knocked out. We're going to get these small ones knocked out real quick. As it is, we're slowly producing wood. I am actually going to start probably another greenhouse, just with how long it takes to craft wood. But for right now, that's fine. See how we're doing over here with the bobmonium. Okay, so we got... we're starting to get slag. So we got tin ore and silicon ore, so we can create glass. We can create... I don't know what else silicone is used for. Oh, good. Tin plate. So we're going to eliminate that. What are we looking at? Nothing there. Alright. So we're going to do a little bit of that. And what we got up here is we are almost full. Alright, so... create a bunch of tinned copper wire. See how our copper production is doing. We're gonna make some lights, I think. Looks like copper production is going fairly well. Awesome. I'm going to let this fill up and only do one stack at a time. That's actually going to help me control how much we're using. Alright, let's... I think we're going to create 8 electric mining drills, and we are going to ramp up coal production on this episode. I think that's going to be our best choice. Right now, this furnace isn't producing much of anything, but we're not really cranking out a ton in the way of the actual ore we need to use. So, normally I'd consider looking into the concept of ore doubling by crushing and sorting the ores. But for right now, we really need to ramp up production up here on our coal, and then I need to start exploring and finding more coal. So one thing I'm going to do to help exploration, if I can figure out where it went, there it is. So I need a lot more iron. $193, awesome. So we're going to use a radar, and we're going to start exploring. Nope. Okay. So unfortunately, this last one also gives us a little bit of the stereotype, which is the last thing we want to add to this. So we're going to set it up this way. Okay, now let's get some power up here. And we're going to make some lights so we can see what it is we're doing. Okay. Now that we've massively increased our coal production, that should actually help us maintain a bit of power. Get everything set up so we can keep an eye on all of this. Okay, so there we go. Copper production is massively improved. Optics, we're not doing too bad. Now, I don't really want to get into steel processing until I really improve the iron smelting. So we're actually going to get into smelting iron with metallurgy. And that's going to give us the blast furnace and the chemical furnace and induction and casting. But that requires, all of it requires steel. Erg. Okay, so we're not quite going to get into metallurgy yet. I want to avoid some of those for the time being. Vehicle burner generator. Crawler construction train. Interesting, definitely interesting that it unlocks that. Construction roboports. Okay, that's why that's able to do that. Radars. Radar Mark II. Not really sure what the Radar Mark II does. Don't really need fluid control. Metallurgy doesn't help. Water treatment won't help. Okay, so I need 1, 2, and then I can get into railway. Okay, so we're going to do logistics. And now's when I want things to really work together, and we're going to do that until that runs out. Okay, now that we got our copper massively producing, which is incredibly helpful, now it's time to prep all of our all of this stuff. We're going to get rid of the burner portion of this, and we're going to come over here, and we're actually going to run probably 4 ore crushers, which means I need a lot more in the way of stone brick. Well, good thing we got stone brick up here. Or not. Okay, so we are actually going to... Let's see, where do I want to do this? I am going to craft... Send it down this way, and we're actually going to remove this coal. Because I'm going to send this down here, and I'm actually going to put a furnace. I think we're actually going to put the furnace right there. Coal goes to there. Coal feeds it with the burner inserter. Then we use the electric inserter to feed it. Shoot. No, we don't need that. Okay. So I'm actually overthinking this. What I need is a crafter. Okay, we got logistics level 1. What do I need for level 2? Whoa, hello. So I need steel processing, alloy, bronze, copper, tin, and metallurgy. Oh boy. Well then. For railway, I need a lot more. Okay. Well, next up then is metallurgy. So, let's see, there we go. Drop that in right there, and that is going to craft us stone, and it's crushed stone. Yep, okay. And last but not least, we need to power this monstrosity. And then I can actually set up that. And let's see. Do another inserter. So GUI, pick up from the bottom, drop off on the side, top and side. Okay, there's that. And now those are powered. And we're going to do one more. Now I got to power that one. Wow, my power. Okay, we are actually going to move that right there so I don't have to build even more. Okay. Let's get some more mining going. How much do I have down here? Just have 2. One of which really can't produce because we're not really tearing things down. Okay. So over here we're going to set up 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. And we are short on the iron, as per the usual. Okay. Now part of the reason I'm doing it this way is I really want to ramp up iron production. Really want to get this thing pushed. Just, pushing out as much iron as we can. I think 4 will be enough. Once things really get going, 4 should be enough, which means I can use another 2 up here on our copper production. And the benefit is we're actually going to get even more copper production than this, because once we run the ore sorter, which we will be running the ore sorting facility, that will actually dramatically increase our ability over here to produce iron, and it'll throw us the occasional copper ore that we can then throw. I believe it's, let's see what it does. So, okay, so that's what we would be doing, is the crushed sapphirite ore sorting. So it's actually going to give us 2 iron, 1 copper for every 4 crushed sapphirite. So 2 to 1 iron to copper. And it goes straight to copper. So we're actually going to be able to send it straight to its own set of smelting up here. Unless I decide to actually break this off, have it come down here, get sorted, and then come up here for copper and over here for iron, which is a possibility. I could actually do that. That wouldn't be a horrible outcome. I need another 30 on the stone bricks. Ugh, painful. Okay, all 4 are set up. those are set up. Next up, I'm going to need 4 filters, actually 8, because I got to pull out all of the stone, and that's going to get a little tricky to route everything the way I need to here, because I'm actually going to run 2 ore sorting facilities here, which will then need even more filtered inserters. Oh joy. So once I get these placed, we will go ahead and wrap up the episode here, and then we'll go to the next one. So let's see how much iron we have. 72. Oh boy. Okay, we need to start actually kicking out the stone out of here. Send the stone off to its own section where it can be made into actual stone. That'll be in the next episode, I believe. Okay, so these are going to be for our crushed sapphirite. And then I'm going to set up our stone removal separately. But with that, it is time to wrap up this episode. We did go a little bit long, but not too much. So if you liked this episode, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Helps me out a lot. And I will catch you in the next episode.